It's weird how money kind of it gives us the impression, besides for just wasting our time with junk, money, it gives us the impression that, well, you want to get that together because you can protect yourself in so many ways, right? I mean, if it's not just the insurance policies you can stack up for every safety cause, you're going to protect yourself in what with what? Well, how about those relationships? To me, something keeps coming up. It's a no-brainer that in like 25 seconds, and I hope it makes you think. Whenever I try to think about it for us in front of your face, um, I've been running 500 videos now or something that at least 2 minutes or three just is trying to poke at this like nearly impossible thing, but it's like stuck here, isn't it? On the on this plane, the Earth is like ho hum, with this something. It's just riding and laughing at the whole scene of having taken over. I'll say the organism, right? I'm glad I'm in a better mood because the last video I just made, see, babes in the sky, and I'm a Plutonian person, and I'm a Martian person, and I'm a Sun person. In fact, I have them at 369 conjunct in Libra, and we're having I think it's on the 22nd. Yeah, I remember looking at it here. Look at it. My glasses, sorry. Pluto is going to square, the Sun is going to square Pluto for the last time that it ever has been able to square Pluto, let alone in the 250 some odd years that, supposedly America was erected while Pluto was in Capricorn last time. And that's the whole thing. It's like, what's going to happen to America? Well, it's destruction. I don't know if you've noticed. I mean, there really isn't America from a long time ago. I mean, really, if you start thinking on your own in the comfort, privacy of your own home, away from all the influences of mind, and use your own intelligence, you would gather the truth up, and it would be fully agreed. We can get on the same wavelength here. That well, I think it's 92% of the people are completely hallucinating a life to be. They are schizophrenic. They're saying that they're this, that, blah, 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 anywhere but fucking here now, and that a good friend is the highest role we can possibly achieve here to one another now. Next, friends, there's some children watching. We're going to do a little astrology. We have the beauty of Pluto, which is God, and just like you cannot get away with ignoring the truth. Yeah. So, because it's God. God and the truth are the same. We can open it up. I love to do that. It's the purpose of my word journey. Is just like, how many words do you need just to keep pointing at like a single truth, let alone the truth itself? Do you want to talk about the truth itself as far as the truths of truths? When you start saying it over and over, poosh, poosh with your fucking pie hole, is there such a thing? Yes. I say it correctly. Truths of truths. What do you mean? Yes, well, truths have truths within them. Really, yes. One truth has truth, many truths, right? That's why, you want to leave it up to the kids, man. They have curiosity. They are wholeheartedly fucking ready. And they're just they're wondering now, give me a pedal, like give me a train here. Can we piano? Can we piano? Are you genuinely interested in something? Let's see. Puts a hood on. Goes and hits the fucking bottle. Sorry. Most people, by the way, kids, are fucking possessed here. Oh, I'm sorry, what's the word? It doesn't sound right? What do you mean, possessed by what? Their minds are possessing them. You can say that. And it's as good as a junk house in there. If you want to say possessions possess them, that's exactly it. Back to getting rid of that Capricorn Pluto. Capricorn altogether. I mean, how's Capricorn doing? I thought it was interesting. I really do, because it's been a while. It's been 15 years that Pluto's been in Capricorn, and I remember when it started to really start to aspect my planets. Just a succession of a breakdown of just I'm just being reduced down. I mean, for sure, right? I mean, I went from having a $15 an hour job, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, renting houses up here all around. I had that job for 12 years or so, but I did a good spree for like 6 years, and I was running the floor, and then it just come to be that, well, change. I mean, Pluto, it spells for me. And I don't want to get into the whole entire story, but you know how life can get like that, and you most likely you're having either a Uranus aspect or a Pluto aspect, and I think it was that I was having also Uranus was in Aries, going over my ascendant, and so it's just I've been through transformation after transformation in my life, and so I'm familiar with it now. If you want to get familiar with it, Pluto, babes, is in the air right now. It's creating a darn pressure cooker. Now we have. Now you can't ignore this. See, a lot of people. I don't know. I love you guys, but the ones that live in denial most of the time, they're the ones who are going to pack up on a lot of the pacification ways of ignoring the real God. There's a real God, man. You don't hide behind anything, but you have your own faculties. Like stand naked under the sun and say, "What have I been able to rise above with?" Like say the world. Really, I mean, because yeah, no, hey, you know what? It's really hard to explain this in just 7 minutes or an hour, let alone 9 hours, really. But we're at a time now where we're going to be able to know. We already know, by the way. It's just it needs to be reminded. I say remound if it's past tense, or what I mean. It needs to be reinstalled, and it will be. I've experienced it. I just hold tight, man. I don't know if you've been through something through that full moon thing, but I don't know. There's people here that can explain to you what the fuck we're going through here, what they're going through here. There's a backdrop system that's like the fluoride stare, And it's like God, you can almost admire them and feel like you're doing something wrong after a while, being alive and well and everything, and expressive and feeling and wanting to communicate and get deeper and really uncover and be creative. You just after a while you admire those stoic ones who just give you a blank stare. Sorry, I mean I do love everybody, but it's like but after a while you're gonna notice, babe, this plane here. If you're any younger than I am, okay, so I just turned 50, and you're gonna find out. Well, see, if you were able to go through the natural process of life, you said fuck school, and I know that there's a career something I'm supposed to do here, but I'm paying attention to like the quality of my human relationships. That's a great idea. There isn't anything wrong with that. If just in case the universe is our relation with each other, and it's consisting of contracting and expanding beings. Like we're like on a platform right here where we wouldn't see each other unless we were somewhat on the same level of expansion and or contraction. I mean, it could be happening simultaneously. I would say yes, and also it's because I'm a musician. It's like a rising and falling thing, but it's like whip. Did you meet each other? Whatever you do, don't think that was real. I mean, what is really going on? What is really going on here? See, I don't know. Babes, there are ascending masters on this plane. And then there are people that are not ascending. They're kind of just childish, right? They're childlike, and they are just. And they have, they're, see, like I said, you can just about admire them because they're far more comfortable than you. If you're an ascending master, you're like, the hell is this? And it's like, well, no, that's your human body. Are you fucking sick and tired of it? Yeah, it seems like I have a cage here. There's a cage. Notice it. Big deal. Going around and around and around and around. I know that, you know, it could be, might be, and I hate to get this far out on us at just hardly 11 mark. But the entire universe is just a huge roundy round. It might be something that's like, okay, so I'm kind of interested in it though. If there is a whole other realm than this, where basically between you and me, it's not a madhouse. It's not just a backdrop of something that you have to figure out, oh my God. No, thank you. I get, what are we supposed to do here? I would love to know. There is so much going against people that try to figure that out precisely, that it's staggering. Because you yourself watching this could be a design that is designed to, first of all, you're not going to like it, but you're going, now, man, I don't even want to touch the subject matter. But you're probably more interested in anything else. It's just of narcissism, but you have sadomasochistic psychos. And are they narcissists? But they're sociopaths too. Whew. Having said that, can I get here? Just a little sage will do. Fuck, man, these people are black magic, and it's ran by the cult of their system, and they're like, they're activating, and it's been happening. Be careful, with the sun is going to be squaring Pluto on the 22nd of October. This is just like a precursor because Mars is going to be doing that. Oh my good God, heavenly hell. Mars is going to be doing that because it's in Cancer, babe. This is really tough. I wish I had people in my immediate surroundings who could understand that, okay, so Mars needs a break. Mankind needs a break. But it's kind of harsh right now. In Cancer, it's like, if you can't force relaxation on to, thank God for this. See, it's like probable that evil and malefic, the whole programming, they're going to start going, I must work for. Like, who do you work for again? The university. Or the universe. Itty. Now, itty. Do we have to get into our suffixes and stuff? No. I made a video. It's coming up. It's really interesting because I'm going to piece something together that it's going to refine in front of your face. And once it does, and you finally get the gist of it, and you do, there isn't any purpose for it except for to go into the Death Star and into the center of it and implode it from the inside out. Master Luke, it's fine. That one there is Luke Skywatching. You don't want to be a Luke Skywalker anymore. Particularly not now, but women in general. Don't worry, more will be born. That's the point. It's happening. What are you going to do? They might like some of the precedings that leads up to them becoming a porthole literally for other potential human beings to arrive here. And I say potentials because it's exactly that. Out of the 500 videos that I try to put up here, I try to explain this school here that we're in, and maybe. You know, a lot of it I do say is sci-fi, and I do change names to protect the innocent, but me, I don't claim to have any one particular name at all, but I do say Shauna because it's interesting, because it rhymes with Ghana. And Ghana is a place in Africa, but if you look at them, see, Ghana has an H there. It's not a coincidence that I have an H also, and it's just one difference. There's an S or a G. Now the S is a peculiar symbol. I figured out that it's two C's. You know, like you have a spilling cup, you have a U, but then you have a spilling cup, but then see the S is has a cup in it, but but it's two cups. It has spilled both ways, and now it's a good thing. That puppy suggests S that it's going like from side to side. Not that the S is starting with the word side, but it does. And so, but anyway, it's just talking about flows, you know. And now I'm reminded of the um the happy-go-lucky what, the yin yang. The yin yang has that, and you can imagine the flow that we're trying to get done with the S. The S is very, very interesting. It slides. I'm sure it enables science to happen, because well, you know, you want a full spectrum. You don't need. See, the C is definitely trippy. I got hung up on the word, and thanks for listening to this. It's genuine that I couldn't figure out the word commerce, or you know, because it's something that's like, look into it and find out, is that a desirable like bird in the word? I mean, do we even see it out in the meadows as sheep? Talk about, but really, the sheep are eating their own hay. Ideally, they have an awareness of how what's coming out the back end of them. Like they're eating one, and the back end goes down the ground. They're just aware. Now those are C's. C's. The people that see, they're not sheep anymore, right? We talked about that. They're not even people. They are an awareness that says, what can we do with this shit? Even if it's just shit. You know, I mean, we can sound like they already make us look really stupid and foolish, because they say, well, the city of Los Angeles, with all of the sewerage that comes out of there yearly, which is like, I think they said something like it's 30 trillion gallons or something like that. They can fuel like 3 billion cars for one whole year on just that alone. The methane. And it's like, that's how retarded we are. Don't you think it would be a good idea? But you'd think, well, but why are we doing this? If we started to become like useful to ourselves like that, the big question would pop up. What are we doing here? That's too complicating, man. Scratch that. Let's have no idea what we're eating, how it comes out the other side, and that maybe we're sitting on ruins here of just a process that going on, and why we seem so. It's the thing that strikes me is how short of a time it is. It is just so short. Nobody questions it. But when you look, see, but how they have us building our houses now more and more. See, it's not this house, believe me, because my great grandpa, he knew how to build a house in the wilderness, a cabin in the wilderness. And this means that, you know, there's very little upkeep here that needs to be done. It's built to not, you don't have to do that, see. You're not here to stay busy. You're here to relax, and but you are worry free with a lot of the just the simplicity of the way you know how to build a home in the a cabin in the woods. Anyway, because just what I see just across this way here, the homes that they have made out of stucco, and then they try to paint them and all that stuff. And it's like, I understand that there is a population there that wants to stay busy tirelessly, right? But really, it's like, babe, this is a place. You're supposed to you can. Oh boy, at the very least, learn how to relax here. But it's ridiculous when you actually. I wish I could plug you into the way that I see it. See, that's the thing that I'm excited about the Neuralink. It's like finally we could just. Wouldn't you love to hook Tesla's brain up to? And now let's see. That would be the ideal way to do it. See, the way that the reason why they're trying to come up with it is so that most people will be fucking hooked on this thing, like they are cell phones right now and everything else, TV sets and whatever. Spam, by the way, it's the backdrop society. The BBC, CNN, ABC, all the news channels are just the adult. It's an extension of the schools. It's an adult babysitting service. Getting back to, I thought they harness all the technologies to keep them like entranced in a very it's like an opposite way of like that they can go, which is to wake up and into human evolution and really tap into their own technology. It's just as wow, we are one with the universe, and like to be able to have things and that are worth a damn without somebody power tripping about it in the background. If you think about it, just about everything, especially manufactured industrially, has a power trip away at the top going, well, yeah, no, do it a certain way like this, and well, and that, and then ask Tesla. It's like now we've got just we don't even have, and you would never have his version because it's not his version. He's just uncovering something. It's discovering, and what it is like it's been here already. He's pointing at the pyramids, saying, "Oh, that's a big giant one I'm trying to make just alone here, but my mommy seems to be disabled over there. I don't know." Getting back to frickin' Pluto, see, you would want to talk about mommy with the darn Mars and Cancer, which is the next opposition to Pluto. Babes, you want to watch out for the unconscious people around you who they're just a distraction because we're going through a passage right now. And you want to get your highest version of yourself, your self on. You want to get like the higher vibrational frequency, the one that feels good. Bottom line, I'm not here to like do any hocus pocus. You want to feel good, right? You want to be disease free as much as possible. And that's really complex. They're saying, well, like my grandma would say, oh, it's just your attitude, your attitude. But I've been experiencing something that's like, we're not all, see, first of all, if you can, I don't like this conversation, by the way, I'm agitating with a lot of, I can just feel this shit in the air. And, there's a faction of the population now, you want to talk about your narcissist, whatever the fuck that is. It's 92% of people that have to wake up. Otherwise, they're going to be like this anomaly that, like I said, is it the same video? It's like, maybe it's the video before, and I am going to post it. It's in this same shirt here, and I am totally venting out, and people will probably like that better than this one. It's weird, because here's why. It's because you don't express your emotions enough. You probably don't have your own channel. You don't do any writing. But you appreciate somebody else's emotions when they're expressed. And you jump on the side of that emotion because it's in you. You need to express that emotion. See, the thing is what you people that don't express your emotion, especially anger, and just saying, you know what, get the fuck out of my life. I have done this and this and this, and you are continuing, and it's feeling like this. See, they don't know that there could be an oppressor there. And then more and more, you're starting to lose your words. You're going to start to just not talk. And pretty soon, yeah, this is very classic with your narcissist is that your tongue is being cut out. That's not right. That's not good. So now you're shutting down. So, but this is the scenario with these kinds of people. It doesn't matter if that's how it's created. If you're just naturally a shutdown, and see, most people just need to fucking learn how to find somebody, that you can trust and look in their eye, that you trust and love. However, whatever you need. A lot of people just need to feel that gouge in their wallet. A lot of people, the problem that they have with their feelings is because, well, the money. Did I talk about the money system already? Yeah, I did in the last video. Maybe I would love to. I'm going to post it. It's going to be here at the end of this video. I'll unlist it first and see how many people follow it, but I will print it public when the sun squares Pluto. But I think I'll do it more like when Mars opposes Pluto, because boy, what we're about to go through, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. We're just talking about the squares to Pluto. There has to be some other saving grace, of course, in the air. And if I just take my time, because here we are, just moving forward like a train. And it's not getting any easier. It's not getting any, there's a lot there's like a long and drawn out process that the Pluto in Aquarius is going to start doing for a certain amount of, now, all of humanity. People are going to be involved. And it's not looking good for the people who practice denial, living in deception, the lie, who just I can't get my fluoride stare on good enough, but I'm sure I can. Boy, I'm worried about this cat. I hope to God she didn't eat something again. God, I've never known a cat to just eat like anything and everything, and they get it stuck in their mouth. Pardon me. So this astrology coming up. Pressure cooker and a half, because Sun squares Pluto on the 22nd of October, and then the Mars. See, there's malefic energy in the air. You cannot put it past. See, this is the weirdest thing too. See, yeah, it's at the end of the month that Mars will begin to square Pluto, like getting really close. But see, the energy will start moving very slow, and it will start come the 29th of October. When that, you practice love, practice that. I am doing pretty good, but see that because you can't do it enough. There's a low life faction. There's a lower faction who they're eating. They're cutting corners out there. They're falling for the enemy's fucking trap, which is just, I just got the visualization of how they'll dig a trench, and now they're just filling people up. They're building a wall of just people, the brick in the wall, okay? Not literally like, but it can be just like how you're next at the freaking event of the Holocaust where they're just bulldozing fucking people in because they went for the fluoride, they went for the suggestion, they believed in a certain thing about themselves or something, and man, can you guys watch out now? We know that humanity is. See, I wouldn't be sitting in here, in this particular place, if. See, my great grandpa built this cabin, and they knew that something has caused the depression in the 20s. It includes. Remember, they were talking about the environmental disaster that happened was caused by the farmers. Well, who instructed them to farm like that? They know what they could do there. They knew what would happen. How that it fucks up the climate when you farm like a stupid ass instead of farming like an Indian. And see, when they have all kinds of solutions to that, and they're practicing it, it's like a new thing. And all it is just bringing up the old practices of, number one is that, do you want to be present with the land or do you not want to be present with the land here? And also, what are you doing here? See, there was a time, and I'm pretty sure it's the truth, and I know people don't like to talk about this, but here it is, minute 30, and you got this far. Now it's getting juicy. I'm a woman, and I give myself the right to talk about this. That there was a time that there was less people on the planet, less airwaves taken up by people's minds. Literally, man, I have experienced it, and I think most of it. Now I just got most of it. Most of the bombardment of, like, you can get ringing ears just from somebody thinking a demonic thing. It's coming. They don't like you, and they think, you know what? I wonder if Shauna has fell backwards on a spike yet today, or something like that. Like, they just don't have your best interest in mind. They're envious. They have a plan for you, and when they think about it, if you're a spiritual person, you're going to hear it. God fucking does not fuck around. He hears everything, and we're doing something here, and we've talked about it here. Minute 31, you want to talk about how we're having spiritual warfare now. Getting back to the people that have their tongue cut out, maybe they can't talk about it, but how about the ones who just are like the oppressor that says, don't even talk about it, because you're talking about exposing me, cutting tongues out by just being here. Yeah. It's terrible to feel how it happens. There's many ways that, and it seems it's mechanical, but yeah, it's interesting. It's not interesting. It's terrible. It's like, I want to just light some more sage, man. Now's the time to make sure that we're looking into this. See, the highest vibrational frequency is God, right? It's the reality of reality. See, it's this moment now, but you know, it's really complex, kids. But you can let it all go. Be here now. You know, the truth is going nowhere. What I mean is like, don't think that you need to remember anything. Whenever you need to dip into it, as long as you're reality oriented, it's there. See, now I'm led to talk about, like, if you're a human aperture, a 5-pointer, potential to become human. I'm talking about the human accomplishment now. You're a meditator, and you're able to answer all the questions. You're a problem solver. You have just, and if you're rolling your eyes at this, and it's like, well, no, you need to respect that only through communication, this is how that this is going to get done. You know, human beings, we don't whip each other into shape. You communicate, and when you say the truth, something that you need to work on. See, this gets really deep. Not being harmful. See, you do not the real benevolence, babe. If you're really a powerful person through benevolence, that's the only power. You're not gonna you don't pick on people's handicaps. Not really. No, you begin to feel it in real time, real life. You know, you're not in pain or anything. We go through our spurts where, and humanity has been totally fed up, but it's like Christ would say, now more than ever, you practice love. But see, practice is not a real thing. When you say practice, it just means, well, you see, just either it's all practice, all of life is, because that's life, or you're like, well, sometimes I do it, and then you go back to life, whatever that is. See, so because authentically, when you are like, oh, this person has some touchy thing, then as long as they're not doing false self, like trying to kill you over protecting something and trying to undermine your soul and trying to get, see, this is what might be going on with this spiritual warfare, because you have narcissism or whatever this is, but it's poor programming that at all costs, this is the thing, is that at all costs it operates, and it says, no, I take you down, and I take because I win at all costs. I'm right, and I work for my mind. Really, it's the mind, and that's as good as saying I work for Satan, though. Yeah, yes, it is. Like you can say I work for my narcissism, but no, it's you want to get more general because everybody knows that word, right? Satan. It's the mind. Yeah, very powerful. Here to stay. Got to know it's there. You acknowledge it. Say, hey, shrink it down. Like the parasite it is. Just put it back in its place. So you're not the boss here. You can't contain the truth because you're not reality. You're not God. Rhea is God. Reality is God. Realm, ear, earth, whatever you want to call an experience. That's way beyond your mind, babe. There's something trippy here, though. See, some people are exhibiting a human body, but they are not a human being inside of there. I live in a place, and this is a hell of a subject matter to get into it, that I think it's, well, it could be, if not the entire earth is laden with it. This place here is the world condensed, and there's much of it here. And that's why I feel so strange here. It's like, you guys are, you guys merely, like you fantasize. It's a fantasy, it's a philosophy, it's a suggestion, and we're going through like a motion that says we are practicing Christianity, whatever that is. It's just we are, what is it? Does it have to come with an instruction book? Well, I'm here to tell you that most likely that instruction book, the Ten Commandments perhaps, that's just the way it is when you're a human being. when you're a human being, humane, you don't end up like robbing from your brother or killing your neighbor or thou shalt, whatever it is you should not do. You just don't. You're naturally cool as a human being. So you don't need to be instructed that to be loving or stuff like that. Hi, Christ, how am I doing? Girl, you are toying with something. I love you. Thank you. Anyway, haven't done that in a while. Might have some new viewers here. Go back and binge on whatever I've made public, but I have like 12 other playlists that I've made non-public that I keep reminding myself. It's like, no, you're going as equally as crazy. It's even better than ever. So just, keep going. So enjoy this next video if you can. I hope that most likely I didn't get near the point that I was trying to make here. Talking about this astrology now. I'm going to keep it open. I want to make this be longer. Because there's got to be some kind of saving grace with this fucking Sun square Pluto and then the T square with Mars. It's like, there it is. It's like this corkscrew, man. And the big deal is because how that Pluto is in Capricorn, and that's the control energies. That it's very it's very satanic, because I hate to mention it, but see, Capricorn is accused of being kind of Satan. Like, well, there's Satan over there. Don't worry. In astrology, we have that over there, because why wouldn't it? Astrology is just pointing at, like, well, what's supposedly going on here? We have the goatfish, goat, but really it's ruled by Saturn. And I dare to just now. I told you I'm going to be here, babe. Let me just get. I'm going to do it the Aries rising way. I'm going to tell you what the real word, even though the word Saturn, it's spelled different, but when you listen to the word Satan, I don't even know how to spell Satan now, but I know how to spell the word Saturn, and there's an un at the end. I know that un, the Satan is, anyway, I'm going to light some more sage here in a minute. But Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. There's an R in the word Saturn. and you need to reverse it whenever you see the R, and that means maybe even if it means put the R away, just get rid of the R, would you please? There's something obvious there, or we don't even need to turn the thing around. Let's see. Um, I guess I could have just told you about it, but see, there you are. Just put the R down, don't say the R, make it silent. There you go, Satan. Okay, Saturn is there. The control system. It rules like your skeleton. It does, Capricorn, it rules your skeleton. It rules time. It rules money. It rules the world. it says, it says, it rules all of these rules, babes. It's the teacher, see, but it's not the guru. It's just like this rule setter, you see, because Pluto is more like, no, I'm the truth and I am God, and really, you know, the rules can change in accordance to what? Well, what is money doing over there? It's like, would you stop that, Capricorn, would you please? And what is the goal again? See, it's just a goal-oriented situation. And boy, yeah, very, very taskmaster. It could get that damn goal done if it really, if there was ever was a goal, but we don't really know what it is. If we've lost sight of God and the truth, then nobody knows what they want. Not really. It's kind of over there in the snow, and it has to get old and die, and otherwise it's getting wise, and it's like it's all warm inside. There is an igloo. It's the fact of winter, Capricorn, but inside you are you are so full. I mean, that's old age to me. I know I like wise people. I love my background is my best friends are all 70, 75, 80, 90. Well, they're kind of dead now. Um, I just sat and talked with them, eye contact with them for as much as I could until things got kind of weird, right? We're moving right along, and I have my life, and then here comes the major. It's like you think you're doing your own social distancing for your own health, but then you come to find out there's a system that says that, you know, for sure, you know, it's been working to keep you, who knows what, babes? It's like, is it bad or good? See, it's bad to keep yourself segregated and not working together, and then now, like, really, it's like this fucking mess of from one household to the next. What are you? You're an artisan aristocrat or some fucking thing like that, or I'm from Pakistan and it's like, yeah, but did you make it to becoming a human being, and did you graduate into reality, and do you know what the truth is? I mean, woo! Do you have a beating heart? Okay, that's a start. Now, electrically, do you have a connection to, right? How complicating it is, it can be. If we didn't have meditation, if we didn't have our own wits about us, you know, our own faculty, you know, but don't you feel like that there's something that just exhausts from day in and day out? Because rather than to get through like all of the question, all of Maya, really, all of Maya, and just to just arrive where, like onto the earth, maybe, um, it just goes to sleep at night. It just goes to sleep. It gets a lot. It needs, like it says, it needs 12 hours of rest. And the higher ups, when you start getting more and more energy from just tapping the truth and God and stuff and the real purpose and how short this fucking life is, and it's like really stuck on and goodbye. You only need 3 hours of sleep. It's a trip, you know. You watch out for us, man, who say that, because when we do sleep, we're doing something else. It's like it's a download, man. We're going into some fucking other realm, man. I've experienced that a lot here, and there's a lot of people that say, "Oh no, that's bad." It's like, no, what's bad is to just like not realize that. See, there's it's said that it's possible. See, I keep this in the back of my mind that the elite and the 1% that has like this major puppeteering fucking control over, do you like your narcissism, and all those people, they're possessed by what? Their possessions? I don't know what is going on. It's like they are wound up and fucking just sent out. And fucking A, man, they are literally paid to hunt me down and make me miserable, it seems like. No try. They would not feel alive without finding the bait, right? And just fucking, yeah, hit like and subscribe. Come on now, come on. They know that the few percent, the few, they go on astral travel. It's like something from another. It's like funner than sci-fi because they do arrive in another dimension and they're like, okay, so I'm now. But they're wreaking havoc, man. They're not. See, this is the alert. This is the alert that I picked up on over the last 3 years, and it's for some reason it's tying in to the last names of the presidencies. Yeah. Like, okay, so we have that Colette. Is that the last name of the woman president? I'm not keeping track, but if it is, I think it is. Colette? Just the name of it, Colette. Colette? Sorry. Just avoid hiring alcoholics to read the teleprompter there. Not that Trump. See, Trump is a trip. See, rump. There's a rump there, but the U is interesting. Sorry, I thought I heard something. But rump. Watch out. There's a lot of cooking going on. He looks like he's cooked, right? But yes, I picked up on it. There's 3 dimensions here, and outer space is the third dimension. That includes exactly what I'm talking about, outer space. And so there, people are watching on a level that's massive. It's they look down upon us. They not that they're massive people. They are just a broke off civilization that have capability that is everything you see in your sci-fi movies combined. And they are not the enemy. They are well aware of us. They wish us the best. They are wary of something here, right? And it's rumored that the something, whatever it is, and we could say it's the creator of creation here, doesn't let some things go down as of like recently. There's footage that shows that some darn entities, some other vehicles and machinery comes in and disarms nuclear warheads and stuff like this. They can do that, and also so or cause like and some of the stuff that happens like the the towers, the twin towers going down. That was highly monitored, by the way. All civilizations can possibly, that was see. A lot of people think that was a horrible thing, but that was actually a good thing. But it was used. It was used to harness something of more of perception by that time that happened. There's a with our literal bodies and what we have to work with here, just with machinery and stuff, and how it chugs along here. What I mean is the second dimension, more like our physical bodies. Um, it's impossible here. This is not the way to handle anything here. You're kind of trapped here, and you're best off. You're best off figuring out what those elite people. What I was talking about, how this is a thing. See, they're hiding the fact. See, why do we sleep at night? It's because we do leave our bodies. They say, we die every night technically. Because our bodies, we leave our bodies. But see, there's the astral travel thing, and I've experienced something, and I keep experiencing something. Um, Lately, it's been something very peculiar that it's trying to make me more and more conscious, and it's scary. It's scary, so I fight it a little bit, but I keep looking deeper into it, and it's not harmful. It's not harmful. I don't feel bad when it happens. I actually feel more energized. It's very electrical oriented, electrically, because we are electrical beings here. And when we talk about that, it's like, well, okay, so you ride on the electrical current or something. Whoa, what is that? But no, the main thing is awareness. See, I am staying aware. I'm like, my awareness is still here, and I stay in contact. I'm like, mainly I say I love Jesus, I love my mom, I love my dad, I love my whole family, I love everybody. I am love. I love love. I just keep saying that, and especially Christ Jesus. I love Christ Jesus, Jesus Christ. I love, because I'm in the state of what I'm experiencing is some kind of something that's trying to show me something better than this realm, or like just like how that you can think. You can get caught into thinking, well, I'm just kind of in my bed. I get up in the morning, I go have breakfast. If you have a job, you go to get to your job, or you don't have a job, you just stay here. Whatever you're doing. See, I've been meditating. If you're meditating, telling you, the darn elite know why we should meditate. And that there's 145 different states of that you can reach through meditation, which is in fact like it's a state of sleep. Yeah, it's just really, and it's like hypnotizing yourself. But yeah, there's a basic entrance that you need to become realized to be able to, you just make it to it. A lot of people don't even know what it is. They you can tell by the way they talk about it. It's like, babe, once you have, see, most of the time I come from meditation here. If the better the video, but I've been meditating long enough. It's see, I was given the message. It's like, Shauna, you've been doing it so long that you might get a little sidetracked every once in a while by your distractions or whatever, like you think is really an obstacle or something. But it seems it's all part of it. Really, you aren't going to be distracted. It's just you're going to snap back into, no, I've been doing it too long. See, and I'm 50 years old, and I've been also just I guess I almost said alone too long, but no, no, I've been alone too long. I've been in love with all of existence, existential reality, the truth, God, all of that stuff too long for for the world to like really get to me, like how it got really bad for me past. Well, fucking let's blame Neptune, and then let's look at Pluto, and then yeah, right. But we can kind of not that. What we see is cycles that we're going through, and it helps a lot. It helps a lot to know. Oh my God, and it's not ending. See, but for somebody like me, and certainly like you, it's for my generation. It's all of humanity who, it's kind of like just the survivors, really. Ones who have, okay, God, they talk about resilience, and it's not a game or a competition to see, I won. It's like this. Who is going to fucking break the code? Who's going to turn this mother out? Who's going to turn it around for us? Who's going to take back our energy, our technology, all of it, to stop poisoning things up? It's always going to boil down to that kind of thing. And find out, well, who's chugging around and make it happen, and God, please forgive them, and do not roast them in a fucking forever furnace. Although we need the 5-5 to come up really quick now, before that wrath actually comes through Medusa. Boy, it's not her fault that she just gets pissed. Talk about Mars and Cancer. It's looking at our mother kind of, but it's more the feminine energy. It's the side of our lives that is of the feminine. It has everything to do with our intuition, like that side that's very intuitive, the one that's very nurturing. It's Cancer. It's the one that feels. And it's no coincidence that it's like they call it cancer. It's supposed to be a disease, but it's really a laugh. They're saying until you figure out how to feel and join up with just your feelings, baby. Get vulnerable. Talk about it. Show your movie. Do you feel the pressure cooker? Do you know people that are holding it down? And then they're like, oh, I'm fine. How are you? "Oh, I'm fine." It's like they transfer a lot of what they've held down, they're not working out, onto you. And then you go, "Ah, ah," and you go and you fucking take it out on your neighbor. And it's like, babe, it's because you were around that pressure cooker that didn't know how to deal with it. And they did the strangest thing by transferring it onto you. Watch out for that.